Hello everyone and welcome to another reading. This time is going to be a love reading and we will be focusing on your person's thoughts and feelings then compared to now. Okay, so how were they feeling back then and how are they feeling now about you, about this connection that you share? Let's see what we can get. Now, in order to help you choose, I have prepared here 3 options, 3 colors that you can choose from. Group number 1 will get the purple, which is supposed to look purple, but I'm not sure how it shows up on camera. Group number 2 will get crimson. And group number 3 will get the burnt umber. Okay, there's also some numbers on the colors. Okay, 5, 6, 5 for group number 1, 2, 2, 3 for group number 2, 6, 0, 4 for group number 3. So you might choose based on the numbers if that's what's calling you. Okay, so please take your time in making your choice. I will put the timestamps in the description box as always. Now see what you're reading. Hi, group number 1. If you chose the purple, this is going to be your reading. Let's find out your person's feelings then compared to now. Okay? And let's start with them. We have strength. Okay. We have judgment. Okay. We have the Tower. We have 5 of Cups. We have the Empress. Okay, so a lot of major arcanas. Let's get some cards from this. I'm sorry about the noise outside. It's crazy hot here. We have the Lookout, and I have to keep the window open, so I hope you can bear with me. We have Queen of Forces. We have Reflection. We have Winged Messengers. And then we have Archangel Gabriel. Okay. So these are their feelings back then. Right off the bat, there's a lot of intensity here. Okay. We have a lot of major arcanas going on, happening here. There is a lot of stable and unstable energy at the same time. There is some sort of an imbalance that needed to become a balance. I feel like back then your person felt like the odds were against your connection. It almost gives me the feeling that you met at the wrong time, in the wrong circumstances. There is a lot of past energy here. Not past energy in the sense that you have a past with this person, but at that moment, back then, when the two of you met, when the two of you connected, there were a lot of influences from your past. Either your past, either their past, or for both of you. I feel like there's a very strong family element. For some of you, even marriages. So there's a high chance that some of you, one of you in this connection was married. They might have even had children. They might still have children. Or they were in a serious commitment, romantic commitment. Or they could have been in a commitment of another nature. Something that was initiated before the two of you met, and it kind of feels like now they started this, they initiated this, and they have to go through with it. That's the energy. It feels like giving up this commitment would have meant a lot of destructive energy. I feel like things went too far with that specific commitment. Like I said, it doesn't necessarily have to be a romantic commitment, but there is some sort of a commitment. Things went too far. Things were well too established to be able to give that up. there might have been a lot of drama associated with that. Your person's feelings towards you, towards this connection, were very intense. They were very intense. They were actually at some point thinking of giving all that previous commitment up for your sake and for the sake of your connection. But it would have brought a lot of complications. And I don't know, for some of them, I mean, they really thought their options through. And for some of you, there might have been some outside influences that made them reconsider a decision of giving that past up for your connection. So if you are not aware of that, some of you might not be aware of that, there were some outside influences, not necessarily a romantic third party, maybe a group of friends, maybe close family, maybe some mentors, something of that sort, somebody that your person trusted and valued their opinion. So they did receive advice from the outside, sort of like, think about it. Is it worth risking everything that you have now for the sake of your connection with group number one? It kind of feels like your person back then was also very fixated on maintaining a certain image. So for a lot of them, they might come from a culture, they might come from an environment where the outside image is everything, where being successful was everything. There might have been some class differences, okay, in a sense that they came from a well-established family and you came from a more modest background. Or they had certain values and you had a different set of values. And there might have been an incompatibility with that. So, you know, they might have had to give up a very, very well-established cultural heritage here for them. In which case, obviously, the family, you know, the opposition from their family might have been a lot bigger. But that doesn't have to resonate for everyone. But yes, I am seeing opposition and I am seeing chances. I am seeing strong feelings, but I see that eventually their ego, their eagerness to sustain a certain image of who they are won over their feelings for you and for this connection. And like I said, they were heavily influenced. It was this decision was not made without torment. They were very much aware that they were going to, or they might regret this decision later on. So don't think at it as if it was a very easy decision for them to make and it was easy for them to get over you, because it wasn't. But I feel like the risks were too high and the outside pressure was huge. So, and some of them might have been, you know, still young and easily influenced, easily manipulated, you know. I feel like, you know, some people, especially a feminine figure, a motherly figure, or a parent figure, you know, somebody with this very parent-like instinct had a great power and influence over your person. Okay, so let's see now. I'll just put on cards on top of these other cards. Let's see what are their feelings now. Okay, we have Ace of Swords. We have Knight of Cups. We have Page of Pentacles. We have King of Swords. We have Three of Pentacles. We have the Journey. We have the Queen of Keys. We have Commitment. on track, and the Akashic Library. Well, there is a lot of growth nowadays, okay, that happened with your person. There is a lot of growth, there is a lot of clarity. They come across as more mature and very, very logical. They also come across as kind of accomplished, okay? So whatever dreams they had in the past that they had to give up your connection for, they seem to have achieved those dreams. They have achieved those goals. But there is this feeling of emptiness. So yes, eventually they did end up regretting the decision of giving you up. Or some of them might have consoled themselves with the fact that maybe it just wasn't the right time, and maybe sometime in the future things will turn in our favor. And at the moment, this is their hope. So your person is still holding on to hope that things between the two of you can go back, I wouldn't say to what they were before, because they come from a very different perspective now, a lot more mature perspective. So some of them might feel like in order to make this work, they would have to start over again. Okay, it's almost like the two of you were strangers and you would have to meet again and go through that courtship cycle, flirting, seduction cycle all over again. They wish they could start with like a blank page. And they have very serious intentions this time. I feel like your person feels that the two of you are some sort of divine counterparts. Or at least you have a lot of things together, a lot of things in common, that you might even share like a soul connection. Let's see more about this Akashic Library. Yes, in Crescent Moon. They have dreams about you. They have projects in mind with you. Even if you might not be aware of it. And some of you might not be aware of it because, you know, you see this person on track, they're alone. You see this Queen of Keys, she's alone. Okay, so there's a lot of solitude. Your person at the moment could be single and they are not interested in being in another connection unless that connection should happen to be with you. So there's a lot of planning and there's a lot of daydreaming about what could be, what could have been. But they acknowledge the fact that things cannot be picked up from where they were left in the past because they feel like they're a different person now. And in a sense, they hope that you would not judge them based on their past actions, because that judgment could be very harsh. And, well, you know, I guess they would feel like they deserve it. It's, you know, it's the mistakes of the past. That's how they see it, as the mistakes of the past, mistakes of the youth. And while they do take accountability for those mistakes, they don't want to be associated with those mistakes forever. So there's this acknowledgement of the fact that there might be some healing needed here. There might a serious conversation, a very deep conversation, a very open conversation, maybe expressing your feelings, or maybe, you know, being very clear about what they want and what they can offer, and what you want and what you can offer. The thing is, they would like to approach you, okay, because like I said, there is a lot of planning and they're thinking of strategies to do that, but they're not very sure about how you feel at this time. They're not very sure if you want to give them another chance, if you are still thinking of them, if you would still be open to something here. They're not sure how you feel about that. And, you know, some of them are still waiting for, I don't know, an answer or a clue. They might try to contact you. They might try to keep in touch with you if you're at a distance. Some of you could be at a distance, okay? Yeah, we have the Oracle of Delphi, bottom of the deck. Okay, so a lot of uncertainty. There could be some distance, there could be some coldness, not a lot of communication. Even if you communicate, it's pretty superficial, right? So they're like looking for clues, for details to see how is your life going, how do you perceive them, how do you feel about them, would you still be up to this or not? Okay, so this could be very specific, right? I'm not sure if it's going to resonate for everyone. Because there is a little bit of no contact here, or a little bit of a distance. There is separation here, okay, so that's pretty clear. Things didn't work out, and they're still reminiscing of the past. And I feel like their feelings did not die. They just became a lot more mature. Like before, they were very impulsive in their feelings, you know, in the way they loved you, the way they felt about you. Now it's a lot more logical, okay, and a very practical approach to this. Okay, so group number one, this was pretty specific. I'm sorry if this did not resonate with you. Maybe this wasn't your group. You know, you can try the other two groups. Thank you so much for being here. I hope this was helpful, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye. Hi, group number two. If you chose the crimson color, or number 2 to 3, this is going to be a reading. Let's see first their feelings. Then back in the past, we have Knight of Cups, we have Three of Pentacles, we have Nine of Wands, we have King of Swords, we have Judgment, we have Use of the Ego, the Journey, the Master Artisan, the Light of the World, and Winged Messengers. Okay, I am going to be honest, I am getting a pretty toxic vibe from your person in the past here. It's clear they were very immature at that point, and a lot of things have been spoken, especially things coming from them. I sense a little bit of an arrogance here, okay? Your person might have been the type who thought they knew everything, who thought they knew better, who imposed their will on everyone else, who was very nitpicky, okay? They might have criticized you a lot, they might have criticized other people a lot, and it's because they were highly, highly insecure. This is probably due to some sort of a past trauma, maybe from childhood, you know, that depends. We're not going to get into, you know, the whole psychological aspect of it. But there's a lot of insecurity, okay? They were very insecure, and unfortunately they were projecting those insecurities onto you, onto your connection, onto everyone around them pretty much. So they come across as somebody, in the past, they come across as somebody who is a little bit on the toxic side, okay? Somebody who never had a good word to say. They were tiring. They were cruel sometimes in their judgment. They were very judgmental. They had their own view of the world, their own view of how you should be, how a connection should be. And they put a lot of pressure on you. And I feel like that created a lot of resentment from your part, and it kind of separated the two of you. Even if you're not in separation now, it kind of put a lot of emotional distance between the two of you. Because this person was not willing to hear the other side of the story. It was their truth or no truth at all. And it was very difficult for your connection to, you know, remain strong in those circumstances. Did they have feelings for you back then? They did. They did, but with this Knight of Cups, they were more an ideal. Okay, they're very idealistic because your person was, like I said, incredibly immature at that point. They were still learning, they were still growing. And you know, we might be talking about somebody who is very intelligent. So they were, you know, they were very intelligent in certain aspects of their life, but they were not very mature and they did not have a lot of emotional intelligence back then. And you can sense that, okay, from this reading, from this spread. And I feel like you sensed it when you were in this connection, in this past connection with this person. And let's see. Okay, I want to get some for this Master Artisan. I'm sorry. And then the Winged Messengers. We have Birth. And we have the Scribe. There might have been some pressure from their part. So this is a bit specific, you know, that, you know, they wanted to be in a certain way. They wanted to be perceived in a certain way. Okay, especially since they come across as very intelligent and successful in a certain field. And they had the same expectations from their partner. So they might have had the same expectations from you, even if that's not what you truly wanted. Okay, so it's almost as if they loved you, they cared about you, but they cared about an idealized version of you. And well, I don't know how else to put it. They were dreaming about an improved version of you. And I feel like you were constantly under that pressure to be better, always better, to strive to be better, to strive to be more successful, to strive to keep up with them, be at their level, impress the world around you, be a power couple. But it wasn't about emotional fulfillment here. It was more about satisfying their ego. It was more for validation. And again, this goes back to their insecurities and how they were projecting these insecurities onto you and your connection. And yes, sometimes their approach might have been quite harsh, okay? And like I said, cruel, downright cruel, okay? They might have been cruel with how they spoke to you, how they treated you. They actually believed they were helping you. I'm gonna be honest. Like, in their head, they believed they were helping you. They were doing you a favor. Yeah, with 9 of Pentacles. They were making you be more independent. They were pushing you towards success. Okay, so they were trying to turn you into like a better version of yourself, and they did that in the only way they knew how to do that, by, you know, being a bit, you know, emotionally aggressive about it. Maybe that's how they were taught how to, you know, follow their dreams and be successful. And that's the only way they know how to make other people follow their dreams and their potential. Okay, so let's see how their feelings are now. I'm just gonna lay the cards on top of these. Okay, we have 6 of Pentacles. We have Page of Cups. We have 4 of Wands. We have Ace of Pentacles. We have 10 of Swords. Oh, wow. Okay. Archangel Michael. Loving Elementals. Caught in the Ruins. The Ascent. The Willow. Let's hide this so it doesn't distract us. I feel like currently they're trying to make peace with themselves. And they're sort of beating themselves down. Your person could be currently on a spiritual journey. They could be going to, therapy, to a psychologist. They're working towards their healing. Okay, they're working towards improving their self-esteem, the way they see themselves, the way they perceive themselves compared to the rest of the world, with addressing these insecurities, this need of validation, all of that. But at the same time, yes, your person might have become successful. Okay, they might be doing very well financially. They might have become a very established member of a community, society, so on. They could be having a very high position somewhere. It doesn't have to resonate for everyone. For some of you watching, very specific, they might have moved on from your connection. They might have started another family somewhere else, or some of them might have remained single and they focused on friends, on career and friends. Okay, so it doesn't have to, these two messages don't have to resonate for everyone. But I feel like in their heart, they believe that it was not worth the sacrifice. And it's only after they starting this healing journey, which is not yet at the end, okay, they're still going through it. It's only after they started this healing journey did they realize how they have wronged you and how much harm they have caused. And at this point, they're at a stage where they're beating themselves up. They're working on forgiving themselves. Some of them might try to come forward and ask your forgiveness. But I feel like there's, for most of you, there's still a long way until that point, because they have a hard time forgiving themselves and they just simply cannot imagine how you would forgive them. Even if you would be open to forgiving them and talking to them about it and all of that. They're not at that stage yet. Kind of, this Archangel Michael, it kind of reminds me of the Archangel Michael guarding the gates of Garden of Eden, like the Garden of Paradise, with their flaming sword. I believe that's how it was described there, okay? So, they could still be guarded. They could still be guarding their heart. Some of them could be regretful about the fact that they promised you paradise and they only offered tears. Okay, they promised paradise and then you got burned. Because they might have made you feel like you were not worthy of that paradise, because they felt like they were not worthy of that paradise. So at this point, their feelings for you, their feelings towards this connection, they are not a priority, because they are very focused on themselves, on their healing journey, on escaping the mental prison that they've been caught in. And it could be quite the prison they have to escape. It might take a while. It's a very tough process. And it's very emotional. So I don't know if you have to deal with this person or not throughout this entire process, but it's pretty intense and it's pretty emotional. There's a lot of back and forth energies, okay? A lot of happiness that some things are finally clear, and then unhappiness because they realize, oh wow, but look what I've done, because I was like this and I was like that back then. Okay, let's see more about this Willow card. We have the Lookout. Yes, it's a lot of, it's a lot of intensity here. It's a lot of intensity. Let's see this card in the ruins. We have wishes fulfilled. I feel it's not just you and your connection that they have sabotaged because of their issues. It's basically all of their dreams. Everything they are at their core, they have sacrificed because of their issues, their past issues. And they are acknowledging that, and acknowledging that, accepting that, forgiving themselves for all of that. It's very, very difficult. So this is more about their personal journey at this point, group number 2. It's not about your connection. They do have certain feelings for you, let's see, but they just, at this point, they have a hard time loving themselves. So they don't have the energy to love somebody else. That's what I'm getting. Yes, 9 of Swords. Yes, exactly. Okay. So while deep down in their heart, there's still feelings for you. They still have feelings for you. They can't deal with that now. They can't express that now. There's other issues that take priority here, and there's their own personal issues, inner struggles. Okay, so group number 2, I will leave it at this. Thank you so much for being here. I hope this was helpful. I hope it resonated, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye. Hi, group number 3. Welcome to your reading. If you chose the burnt umber color with number 604, this is going to be your reading. To be honest, it's actually like brown, but I really like the name of this color, so that's why I picked it. Okay, let's see their past feelings towards you in this connection. First, we have the Sun. We have 3 of Cups. We have the Empress. We have 10 of Cups. We have Ace of Pentacles. Oh my. Let's see. We have the Treasure. We have the Karmic Trench. I have an interesting, we have the Akashic Field. I have an interesting feeling about this group number 3. We have Birth. We have the Waterfall. Let me clarify this waterfall real quick. We have Up in the Air. Okay, so I'm going to focus on the past energies, but I have a feeling about the current energies as well. So we'll see when I lay those cards out. I have a feeling that you and this person are still in a connection, in a beautiful, very well-grounded connection. Because the past energy is mind-blowing. It's this out of this world. First of all, some of you might have met in some very joyous circumstances, an event from mutual friends, I don't know. There are a lot of beautiful, loyal energies. There's a lot of devotion, and there's a lot of stability. There's the Sun card, which represents the Leos, who are incredibly loyal, incredibly devoted. Like, if they are going to fight for their love, they're going to fight. They're going to go all the way. And then we have the Empress, okay? Another very well-grounded card. And then the Ace of Pentacles. And then the 10 of Cups. It's like out of this world. Your person knew from the very first moment they laid eyes on you that you were the one, that they are going to have a future with you. They already envisioned that future with you. They decided that they're going to go through everything in life with you. They're going to overcome all the hardships that might come your way, that you are destined to be together, that you are destined to build something together, that it doesn't matter what comes your way, what challenges might come your way, you will get through those challenges together, because you are everything, or they saw you as everything back then. Everything. The meaning of their life, the center of their universe, like the sun, the center of their galaxy, right? You were the one for them. And it's like, it's very specific energy. I don't know. Let me see this Three of Cups. I don't know. Let's see, because it's kind of... We have Three of Swords. Okay, so I feel like you came at a time in their life when they were heartbroken. They might have been disappointed by something. It's almost like you picked them up. Okay, you caught them at this very, very low point in their life. That could be why the karmic trench is here as well. Okay, so you might have picked them up from a very, very low point in their life when you met them. Some of you might be aware of it, some of you might not. They, you know, they got to the bottom of the pit where before they met you, when they met you. And you were like this healing energy for them. This nurturing, healing energy. The person that made them believe that there is still good out there. That humans are not all bad. That love is not all painful. That there is such thing as loyalty and commitment. You know, they could be the type of person who's very passionate and very devoted. And they might have had their heart broken by, I don't know, some sort of a player. And then you came along with your Empress energy. Gender doesn't matter. And this Ace of Pentacles energy. Okay? You with your grounded energy, with your sense of duty, with your sense of fairness. And you show them, no, this is not how it's supposed to be. Some of you might have introduced them to your family, which could be like a very balanced family, or your a group of friends, which could be like a very positive group of friends. Okay? You showed them that there is beauty out there. There is love out there. Okay? There are good people out there. And you brought them out of their hole, of that, swamp they were sinking into. Okay, let's see more about this. Let's see more about this Akashic field. We have reflection. And we have diversity. Okay, so diversity is like, showing them something different. You made them wonder. Okay, you made them wonder. They might have been very cynical when you met them, and you might be very spiritual, or you might have been very spiritual back then. At least you're a very deep person, okay, with philosophical inclinations. That's what I'm sensing. And you made them wonder. You asked them the big questions. You made them think about the deeper things in life. And, that's how, like, you stimulated their intellect, their soul. This was a soul healing. It wasn't just like babying somebody. Okay, this was a very, very deep soul healing. And I feel like, a lot of you, like I said, I feel like the two of you could still be together, or you were together for quite a while, because I feel like this very long journey, like you went on this long journey together, of healing, of growing together, of evolving as souls together. We have the Lookout. Let's see what this Lookout is about. And setting your course. It's almost like you held their hand through that healing process. Okay, through those difficulties. You see that rainbow. Okay, you see. For some of you, I'm hearing a very specific message, so it doesn't have to resonate for everyone. They might have been going through some sort of a gender identity, or preference identity. They might have felt attracted to the same gender, so you could be like the same gender type of couple. But like I said, it doesn't have to resonate for everyone. But some of them might have struggled with their identity from that point of view. Okay, and you might have helped them through that journey. Okay, so you came as something very different, very new to them, and you helped them express who they truly are. So that's very specific. Okay, let's see how they're feeling now. We have Seven of Cups. We have Temperance. Honestly, I'm not even expecting bad cards about this. We have Three of Pentacles. We have Nine of Pentacles. We have Three of Wands. We're going to clarify that in a minute. We have Two Worlds. We have the War of the Roses. We have Winged Messengers. We have Fated Meeting. We have Clearing the Way. And I'm going to get one more just to cover that up so it won't distract us. We have the Sands of Time. Okay, let's see this Three of Wands. We have Nine of Wands. So currently there are some challenges within your connection. Now I'm not getting anything horribly bad. I don't feel it's about the two of you. I feel like it could be about outside interferences, some sort of family interferences. I'm sorry about the car. Okay, some sort of family interferences, some sort of a conflict. It kind of feels like you want to help your person go through something, okay? Maybe a family conflict, maybe some sort of an obstacle, okay? You want to help them get through something, and they want to do this on their own. And this has caused a little bit of a conflict, right? Because you're afraid for them. You've done everything together so far. You have worked as a team so far. And you're not sure of how things will go for them, how they will be able to handle it. You're afraid that they might get hurt. You want to protect this person, but they want to do it on their own, and they are determined to do it on their own. And I feel like an advice from Spirit is have faith in your person, because they can pull this off. They can do this. Okay, they can do this on their own. This is a journey that they will have to take on their own. So at the moment, there could be a little bit of a distance between the two of you. Not necessarily physical distance, a little bit of no communication, or they could keep you a little bit of at a distance and guard it from their own personal problems, because they want to sort this out on their own. But you are being told, or what your person would like to communicate to you, is that it was because of the help you provided throughout all these years that they have become this Nine of Pentacles. Okay, this grounded, this strong, independent energy. It was because of you. This was your masterpiece. And they want you, they would like you to have trust in them. That they can now finally face those issues. And this could be issues from the past. Okay, it could be again about that past that was tormenting them. For some of you, again, that specific message about their identity, okay, struggles about their identity. But it doesn't necessarily have to be about like sexual identity or anything of that sort, okay? Some of them might have like issues against their culture, maybe, you know? They could come from a very strong culture, very traditional culture, and they needed to get away from that because they couldn't identify with those values. And, you know, we know that those cultures usually have this tendency to pull people back in, you know, and it's very difficult to break away from those type of cultures and families. And I'm not judging anyone. I'm not saying that, you know, all cultures are bad or anything like that, you know, but maybe this specific situation just did not resonate with your person. They needed to get out. And they got out with your help. They got out of that bad situation, bad state of mind with your help. But now I feel like some of them might have to revisit that situation. Something came back from the past and they have to revisit that. And you are afraid that they can't do it on their own, that you might have to be there for them to support them. But they don't need that. They want you to know they don't need that. And they want you to know that you should not take this personally. You should take this with pride. Because of you, because it was because of you. It's your accomplishment, the fact that they are now able to stand their ground against all these odds that they had to face back then. And let me see this fated meeting. We have the divine physician. It's number 6. And we have the King of Roses reversed. And then we have the initiation of the Count Saint Germain. Your person is on their way on a very beautiful journey, a very, very beautiful journey, a journey of empowerment, a journey of not being ruled by their feelings anymore. Okay, there's a lot of stability. They've healed a lot of things. They are healing a lot of things. They need to go through this in order to get to that next level of their soul growth, basically. And this might take some time. And sometimes you have to stand back and let everyone, go on their own journey and deal with their own challenges. This is a moment when you won't be able to hold their hand through this process. And you are being asked by Spirit, and you are being asked by your person's higher self to allow your person to go through this. Yes, you can always be there for them should they need support. You can let them know that, okay, I'm always here. I will always be here if you need me. But stand back and allow them this accomplishment for themselves, okay, on their own. I hope that made sense. Group number 3. Okay, so it's nothing bad, but it's the past that has impact on your lives now. Okay, the thing that they were running away from, something they were running away from in the past, caught up with them, and they are now ready to face that, and that could pose some challenges in your connection, but they're not actual challenges. Okay, it's just the way you look at these things. Okay, so group number 3, I'll leave it at this. Thank you so much for being here. I hope this was helpful. I hope it resonated, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.